Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Lozy PC, and welcome back to our Invictus play by email game. We are moving through the months quicker, with January, almost over. It's the 20th of January right now, 1942. So things are moving fairly quickly, which it's always a bit of a worry. You go, oh my god, things are moving. But it will be totally fine. We do need to get a little bit of a move on with some places, however. So definitely we need to keep an eye on. So we will see what ends up happening tonight. I don't know if we've got that much naval bombing on the way. I don't think we do. Or just any bombing at all. No, it doesn't seem like it. So we can move quickly into the day, which is always kind of handy, because the day is just a little bit quicker. We did see that the Chinese had taken Wushou in China. So clearly that there is some movement from Invictus in China. He isn't just ignoring China, which is, good for the series. And it'll be interesting, obviously, to see how the Chinese campaign kind of develops. Dutch sub just off Balikpapan, being spotted but not really being dealt with. And yeah, here comes our air ops. So yesterday we had a bit of a fight in the Java Sea. We were dealing with enemy bombers, trying to deal with some of our units and some of our ships, particularly those that were trying to drop not drop units off, but land units on Sumatra, which hopefully they might do this afternoon. And the day before we lost a load of Kates due to bad range finding from myself, and we'll explain that in a moment when we gain control. But then yesterday we kind of made up a little bit for that by shooting down a lot of allied bombers as well. We've got some air plans ready to go, so we are going to make sure that we carry on doing that. We managed to damage some of these SP3s, but not really shooting them down with the nates, which is the big problem. They do manage to get through to where they need to go. Now, I know that they're not particularly, dangerous, but still, it's something that I want to deal with. Now, this again is slightly annoying, because our carriers should be nearby providing cover, and again, we're seeing that they're not getting cover. Now, obviously, just going to wait until... See, we're going to wait until everything comes off. A couple of things being hit. So I need to be much better with my naval coverage, because that's kind of frustrating, really. That, I'm did have naval coverage yesterday, and now the naval coverage the air coverage is missing again. So it's not what we want, especially if we're trying to land troops. So we will again make sure that is there. We don't want to give Invictus, particularly this early on, any easy victories, and it does sometimes feel we're giving him a little bit too many. So we'll keep up with that. What else are we doing? Recon. So, again, nothing overtly or too crazy, but again, here come these WH3s. Just keep an eye on them. Dakeo did take a hit. However, I don't know how much damage that would have actually done. So I think it did say it hit the deck armor. So again, that's what's pissing me off. It's clearly my fault. I shouldn't be giving him these easy victories, but it does seem like that's what we're ending up doing. So yeah, not great. Oh wow, he's even trying to attack Saigon with B-17s today. This is bold. So Invictus is really trying to bring the attack, I suppose. And really try to be on the front foot. See how much damage this does. Well, one of them did hit one of our cruisers, which is annoying. Yeah, the Notori got hit. Fuck. If it's not one thing, it seems to be another, with this campaign at the moment. You know, the Allies are really, really on the front foot. You know, the confidence to just go, yeah, you know what, screw it, let's attack Saigon with B-17s, and they're actually coming off is obviously frustrating, to say the least. Okay, so troops offloading at Oosthaven. So we do have troops landing, which is handy. Again, we need to make sure that we've got, you know, the what do you call it? You know, the air cover for them. Because I can't leave these to sit there without any cover, basically, because then they will get kind of had. Okay, Japanese bombardment attack. We need to see on how our reinforcements are doing, getting down towards Clark Field. Still probably be a few casualties from this. However, again, not too worrying, just due to the fact that, you know, it's not terrible. Again, it's disabled casualties, which we replenish very quickly from Manila. Obviously, the big one is more Invictus. Can he keep that up? Okay, deliberate attack at Brunei. We need to capture Brunei, ideally, as soon as possible. We're going to keep up our takeover of Borneo, and everywhere else moving oil and resources. Cool. So yeah, so interesting attack by those B-17s. Kind of, we'll look at what damage this stuff has done. And I need to have a think, and a good think about, okay, what can we do in return? You know, what can we do to frustrate and annoy Invictus like he is doing to us? You know, so let's have a look at the damage done to our ships. So the first one we need to check is the Notori. She was coming in here, so she should be in ships under the repair. She is under repair. She's taking some heavy damage there. Right. The Mitsuke, that should go into the shipyard for 2 days. So should some of these, just to make sure that they can get repaired. And then they can kind of come out. I don't need you to be high priority, just normal would be fine. There we go. Okay, that's fine at the moment. For those guys being repaired. So the Notori didn't take too much damage. How are we doing here? Now, we have landed. According to this, is not a lot here. So, the supplies are not quite here just yet, but let's get these guys on deliberate attack. Make sure we've got this sorted. That needs to go to Oosthaven. I mean, it's got 925 troops on it. It needs to get to Oosthaven. Because if that doesn't, then that's kind of going to be a problem. Now, let us transfer a couple of the destroyers. And get these guys. Inform UTF. Surface combat. Just a couple of the destroyers. Just to go and meet with that ship. Just to keep it protected. Okay, merge. Now then, there is some stuff there, which is rather frustrating. And yeah, the task force, the carriers are fucked off basically, which is not what we wanted. So they were on full speed. They can come down to mission speed now. Let us set up a patrol zone. Of course, being careful with this patrol zone, because I don't want Invictus to be like, "Ooh, hello," you know, we suddenly have, you know, 2 carriers down here that he can kind of snipe, so to speak. We gotta be on the ball for that. Okay, we've got a load of amphibious stuff in here. Now, what do we actually have in terms of, you know, infantry? Not a lot, really. So that amphibious unit should really move elsewhere. I think, you know, we are going to be moving the 2nd Division, which is going to be heading soon. We're still waiting on these guys to move. They are taking their sweet time, which is kind of delaying everything at the moment, rather frustratingly. How are we looking over here at... Not too bad. So let's get these guys now to do a deliberate attack. Try our best to capture, finally, Tarakan. Because that would be good. Because it's taken our sweet time. How are we doing moving the reinforcements? Particularly the 38th Division. It should be there tomorrow, so that's pretty good. So, going to set all of this to... Set all to combat. Because they're pretty much... well, these guys aren't moving. That's... Why? Why are they not moving? Step all to follow. Please don't tell me I've just fucked that up. No, good. Woo! Woo! And set all to follow that, ideally. Yeah, there we go. So, we get a 38th Division in there. That should hopefully balance things up quite nicely. Now then, there is... zeros in Saigon, not loads. Hence why you probably could get away with what he was doing. Frustratingly. Now, we've got a load of stuff here on strat move. So, let's set all of this to combat. Because again, this is going to be the air base that we are going to shift stuff to for our invasion of you know, Rangoon and stuff like that. Now we got infantry regiments kind of moving slowly into Burma. Now then, what have we got here? 56th Division. They're at Singora. Or slightly below Singora? Ah, right, yes, they're just on their way up. Okay, they should be there soon. So then we can reattach the 56th Division together, which would be nice. Again, more significant reinforcements. How are we doing on things moving via rails down to here? There's a lot of stuff, a lot of artillery that is not quite here yet. So let's set this all to strat move. And then set this destination. Let us move our infantry down from Kuala Lumpur. We do need a little bit of garrison, but we will sort that out in the future. 5th Division. Ah, okay. Not far away. That's fine. So, let's set all of this to move. Set destination. Go. And set all to follow. Good, good, good. There is a load of stuff unloading, which is fine. No, not too much of an issue with that. How much infantry we've got there? 17,000 infantry, 366 vehicles. Okay, good. So we do have plenty of troops down here. It is just a case of can we get them to Singapore and deal the damage that we need to do as quickly as we need to do it. So the other big thing that we want to get sorted is there should be somewhere around here some zeros. Now, they are currently hanging around over here, which is fine. Okay. Let me get these from replacement for the time being. But what we really want them to do, where is the rest of them? In Nanshan. Are they fully repaired yet? In Nanshan. Yes, good. So 0, using drop packs, transfer to base, select on map. Let's make sure we move these guys over. So that combines them together, which is good. We've also got these nates that require some more pilots. Let's make sure they've got some. Cool. And then these 45 zeros that are already transfer to base. Oh, yeah, please. And we're going to set them to Kotabaru. Okay. Now, what they are then going to do is select a target, and they're going to sweep over Singapore. Let's then take all of this off, because that is all I want them to do. Is sweep over Singapore for a day. In regards to other aircraft that are here, such as these Oscars, let's use these drop tanks, transfer them north to Burma. And that frees us up a little bit. And then we got some Nates here, which I think... Oh, we can't upgrade them just yet. Although I don't... Is this big enough? Yeah. I mean, I can give them a good replacement of bees. Let's upgrade allowed. Oh, wait. Sure. There we go. So we got a load of Oscar bees, basically. 1 bees. Again, not amazing, but better than nothing, I tell you that much. And again, transfer them up to the north. So we've got a load of Oscars up there. You know, ready to go. Or will be eventually ready to go. So that's fine. Again, let's stick these all kind of just for the time being, just on training. Just, you know, just to make sure that they're not doing anything too crazy. And that should help protect them. Now, the thing that we had a problem with the Nates the Kates last time, is we had them targeting Pamurbang. Which, the problem with that was, well, it was the big problem of the range we set them to. So they're set to max range 9. Now, if they can't reach their target, which obviously here, Oosthaven can't, because as it says, it is 14 tiles away. What they're then going to do is go, well, I can't reach that target, so I'm going to go for an airfield attack nearby, which generally is then going to be Singapore, which is then going to end up them being shot to pieces. So, what we want to do is we're going to drop that down, basically to, you know, 2 for the time being, set for all torpedo bombers. The zeros we're going to keep on escort and long-range cap. I might just do it like that for the time being, and let's just check on the planes. Mostly okay, although these zeros, they've lost a few, which is rather frustrating. Let's set that for all fighters in this task force, and then again, same with the vowels. Okay, set it for 2. Set target at Oosthaven. See what is there. See what damage we can cause. Okie doke. So we'll let those guys kind of sail down to there to try and give some support. Okay, let's have a look at the South Seas. How are we doing down here? Because, you know, we've got supplies that are not necessarily getting to where they need to be. Let us cancel loading supplies there so we can get the 52nd Naval across where we need it. We do have so much shit here, though. You know, we've got a lot of stuff suddenly now offloading at Rabaul, which is good. You know, don't get me wrong, it's very good and we like to see that, but we do need to make sure that these do get offloaded properly. Mine laying ships, we do have some more mines, so they can carry on laying mines at Rabaul to make sure that this is nice and safe, so that we don't get any surprise attacks. Transport with cargo, that's fine. We got something offloading some engineers. We've got a load of cargo ships and stuff here that just kind of aren't doing anything. So what we're going to do is disband that because we will use it soon. And then we've got the RO34, rather smaller submarine. Not really doing anything at the moment, but we're going to set the destination, set a patrol zone just outside Brisbane. So again, try to swallow, you know, and blockade Australia from Invictus. And set that reaction as max as it can go. Good. Okay. So what else we got? We've got well, the Mutsu and the Yashimiro down here now as well, and a load of APs offloading more stuff. How much of this is in strat move? A lot. A lot. Okay. Now, what does that do for how quickly we're building this? It is up at level 3 already, which is pretty good. We've got 134 aviation support, which, to be honest, is kind of just about what we need. We still need more. We still got more supplies and stuff coming, which is, of course, super important. Are they even carrying supplies? Because what is the point of heading to truck if you're not heading to Nauru Island if you're not carrying supplies? Return to truck. That's daft. It's very daft. Okay, now something we are on the kind of progress of doing is trying to move aircraft back. Now, what size is truck? Truck's not big enough, is it, to do upgrades? Because sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, and I can never remember exactly what, like, you know, that says it needs level 5, so that won't let me do it. Oh, sorry, level 7, so that won't let me do it. Level 7 is Babladalb. Or at least it can expand to level 7. Okay, fine. We've got some independent SLF companies here, which I think we should be maybe using. And in fact, I kind of want to use over longer to kind of nab that area up. We know that we're loading troops here to attack, you know, Buna and start landing on New Guinea, but I want to get some stuff in other places, ideally. Got a lot of zeros down here, a lot of zeros. Now, how are our Mavises doing in terms of their search patterns? Should be pretty good. Obviously, we sorted this out quite a bit last time. We got a patrol. Not really spotting anything just yet. So not the end of not really problematic in that terms, but obviously the more we can find, the merrier. Nothing out in the Pacific either. So kind of curious as to what Invictus is planning with his you know, things, so to speak. But yeah, now why has that not got cover? I'm seeing a couple of ships here that don't have cover, and it's worrying me a little bit. So form UTF, surface combat. Let's just give a couple of destroyers, like so. Set, not homeport. TF routing, meet task force. There we go, merge. That's better. Okay, what do we have at truck? Again, we've got an independent SNLF company here. Again, not loads of troops. And particularly when we don't know what's going on in thingy at the moment. Longer. Now, Buna seems pretty fine. Longer is too far away, which is frustrating. What about the Shortlands? Have we built that airfield up yet? No, because we're not even expanding that airfield. Okay. I mean, they're not going to be able to do it because they don't have engineers. So, it does have a little teeny weeny port. So what we need to do is form UTF, transport. Troop transport. Troop size. We've got some that have got quite a bit. I don't necessarily want to do that. Take those off TF. Probably these 3 should be enough. Load troops. We're going to want to take with us, I mean, just 1 Air Force unit should be enough. Use minimum ships, verify load. Move. Okay, we can do it with just 1 then. Set destination, Shortlands. is again, making sure that we've got these transfer ships to and from. Troll boats that just kind of sat around doing nothing to give a little bit of cover. If we've got these bases, we need to build them up so we can see what's going on. I'm curious to see what he's kind of doing with Lunga. I want to just immediately jump on it, but obviously I don't want to risk too much. What's going on with our subs over here? We do have submarines that do have a little bit of system damage. I'm wondering if we disband them, will they get repaired? Let me just double check that, like clicking on the right bloody thing. Manage ships under repair. Yeah, it's going to take 3 days. I can put it in a PSI, it'll take 2. These things, that's in readiness. That needs to go to readiness. That needs to go to readiness. These ones here won't repair anymore. So we need to send them somewhere else. That's fine. What about this one? It's got 1 system damage. I don't necessarily think that's too much of a problem. So set patrol zone. I've gone to this. It does have a patrol zone. Is it just going back to replenish? Oh yeah, it's near New Hebrides. Okay, that's fine. What about this one? The one near Royam or the I-600. I'm guessing she did go to replenish, but there wasn't a lot for her to replenish. So let's make sure we sort that out. Okay, I think generally most things are okay. Got some Jakes that we're trying to move down to truck. We got some more Jakes there again, which we are going to, send elsewhere and send around. Although I think we're going to want some of those at truck themselves. These Nels, now these can transfer to. Where is a big base? I mean, on this, they can fly all the way to Tokyo, which seems absurd. But I'm going to do it. Oh my god, they actually can fly all the way to Tokyo. What the fuck? How far away is truck from Tokyo? Oh my god, it's only 40. It's 48 tiles and they can fly 51. That is absurd. I am here for it, but that is absurd that it can fly that far. Problem is we don't have enough Betty bombers for them, but I don't care. I'm here for the absurdity that they can fly that far. Okay, how are these guys doing? You don't need any more supplies, you've got enough. Go forward to Bangkok and then we can move that division down. Okay. China. How's it going over here in China? Pretty fine. I think most of this is the offensives that we've got planned are moving. 13th Mixed Brigade needs to destroy the... you know what? Actually, no, it doesn't. Is there anywhere that doesn't have garrison or the right amount of garrison over here? Just to double check that so before we move something. Shanghai is fine. Suzhou seems fine. Okay, most of these places seem pretty chill. The garrison. I can see Canton needs more garrison. Which, fair enough. Now, what have we got over here? We've got a load of guns and the 66th Infantry Regiment. Okay. They're part of the 51st. Where is the 51st? Amoy, Xingtang, Fuzhou. So they're kind of everywhere. The garrison in Hong Kong is almost not needed. So let's move these up to Canton then. The rest of these guns I kind of want to move, but we're going to need our some APs or AKTs. So let's do some transport. Let's go to troops. That's not what I want to do. That. I'm not going to use the dock for this just yet. Because we're going to use that for the 2nd division. So let's move a few of these. Let's set home port Hong Kong, and then we can get them to move those guns wherever we kind of need them. Let's be honest, it's probably going to be Burma that we need those guns more than anywhere. But yeah, I think that's probably where we're going to leave it, actually. for the most part, I think everything is pretty chill. Some bold flights from Invictus today. And yeah, I'm curious as how that kind of carries on. Now, we do have tankers here. Small tankers, I must admit, at Miri. But what these can start doing is, can they actually make it to somewhere in Japan? Can they make it to, say, Wakayama? No. Not. They can make it there, so what they can do is CS for fuel. Yeah, they can do that. That's actually not a problem at all. Make sure they're at cruise speed rather than mission speed, gives them a little bit more. Yeah, that's actually not really a problem at all. It's not going to be loads and loads of fuel, but it just keeps topping it up. And obviously we do need to eventually slowly rebuild and repair this fuel and oil that's down here, because it was damaged by the Allies as we left, which was rather frustrating. Rather frustrating indeed. Okay, now something that we do have down here before we finish, we have Dinas. Where are they flying at the moment? Maskakar. Okay, so there is stuff at Maskakar. Not a lot, but there is a task force there. Okay, cool. Because again, thinking about trying to move stuff fast, or not necessarily fast, but get things moving, flights over Maskakar could be really useful. We've got the Oscars here on escort. Let's not necessarily want them to sweep too much, because I'm a little bit worried that they're going to sweep and end up blowing themselves up. If we stop them using drop tanks, what's their range? So let them just sweep over Maskakar. I don't know. Probably butchering that pronunciation. We got the Yosoka SNLF, which, to be fair, combined maybe with the Sasebo SNLF, should be enough to break that. Problem is, we've got a ship here that, for lack of a better term, is utterly fucked. It might not necessarily be something we want to do, but I'm definitely thinking of getting those moved. You know, getting that on the move very, very soon. Okay. Looks like the Invictus is taking the high ground. I mean, fair enough, I suppose. Makes sense to do that. And where is this rest of this? Ribble? Ribble. So, transfer to base, and look down here. Should be able to fly all the way to Ribble. No problem. Cool. So, how much can that have then? It says 18, but we've got an extra plane. Fine by me. Okay, so I think that's pretty much everything. Let's just have a quick look at signal intelligence. Darwin, San Francisco, Sydney, Jorat. Okay, so that's where we've got ships. Okay, TF-114. Why I don't get why they can't completely offload. It's because I'm still trying to offload these units. And it's like, I can't completely do it. I don't get why. It's the same. It's saying the same at EBA as well. Which again, I'm not quite sure as to why. Again, is it because the port is too small? Just doesn't tell me. I mean, all it's got is... Oh, it's got 3 heavy howitzers. I don't know why that's not offloaded properly. We've got a load of... Just seen we got a load of stuff there. Ay, 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 ay. Got a load of things here in strap move. Where am I moving them? This is what happens when you don't keep notes. You get confused with what you're doing. Right, so what we can do is set home port, go to Takeo, load up the S&LF company that is at Takeo. From there, then we go to Kalmar Bay, pick up the S&LF company there, and then hit Massacre. Because hitting the Sleeves Island is kind of one of that next, or it's one of the next big areas, so to speak. Return to Babeldahl so that Ryu can upgrade her claws to 0s, which will make it a little bit more effective, and then we can use that to cover over Massacre as well. Right, so that's going to be us. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Have a very, very good evening, or day, or morning, or whatever time it is, wherever you are. And I will see you very, very soon. Until then, have a good one. Cheers. Bye.